thanks for tuning in. You're watching Notepad. I'm your host, Ibrahim Sani. Today we shall talk about a company that continues to reinvent itself. This is, of course, Konica Minolta, the amalgamation of two very ancient companies, so to speak. Konica and Minolta both originated from 18th and early 19th century, and around 2003-2004 they actually amalgamated to become one entity to be called Konica Minolta. So how have they stayed relevant across the years and become increasingly more competitive in this ever cutthroat landscape of business solutions? Joining me today is, of course, their CEO, or the MD, Managing Director for Konica Minolta Business Solutions Malaysia Sdn Bhd, Koji Yoshida, pardon my fupa. Okay. But Koji-san, again, thank you very much. Let's talk about Konica Minolta in Malaysia. How have you guys progressed over the decades?
Okay, thank you. Firstly, thank you for having me on this show. It's great pleasure for me to be here. So let me touch about Konica Minolta history first. And since 1873, Konica Minolta has been at cutting edge technology, and it's almost 150 years history.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. It's so an ancient company.
And my career with Konica Minolta is 20 years or something like that. So it's also wrong, but out of 150 years history, it's still just 1/5 of the total history. And during my career, I have seen a lot of innovation and transformation of Konica Minolta. And as you said, that at the beginning, each company, before we merged together, we started from the photo imaging business, and we transformed from camera-related business to the copier, and then analog to digital, and digital black and white to color, and high-speed copier to professional printing or industrial printing as well. So we say that the Konica Minolta history is something like a transformation journey. And now we are embarked into the new journey, like IT and IoT area. So talk about Malaysia. So we are maintaining ourselves as a market leader in office solution, office printing, and also professional printing area. So on top of that, we are widening our business portfolio to the IT and IoT field in order to fit customers' demand and needs for their digitalization and transformation.
The issue right now is, of course, investment into development of IoT. And I don't know how much percentage of revenue Konica Minolta as a company invests in R&D for IoT, but surely it has to be a lot. Yes. How would you rate the investment into R&D by Konica Minolta in the realm of IoT?
I see. So as you know, that our core business, of course, is printing and even healthcare business as well. So Konica Minolta headquarters have been heavily invested on those R&D. But on top of that, Konica Minolta also invested to the Business Innovation Center. They are located in 5 regions across the world. And in Asia, Singapore is the one. We have the Business Innovation Center, so-called BIC. And this BIC tried to find the hidden or potential needs of the clients or customers, and then try to find the best fit products and service portfolio, and then incubate. And then natural operating company like us try to launch those type of the new technology or IoT-related things to the market.
Sorry, could you clarify, BIC, does it also act as a consultant to your clients on top of offering the services and products?
No, something like incubation. So I mean something like POC type of the activities.
Proof of concept.
Yes, that's right. So they don't actually do the business to the customer, but try to gather the customers' needs or pain points, and then try to gather those information in order for incubate or develop new type of products.
Is this, sorry, you're trying to paint an image where R&D is decentralized in a way, because it's 5 centers across the region, across the world. So R&D would be specific towards that particular region. Say, for instance, Asia based in Singapore would be different to North America or Europe. How's that working along for you guys?
Actually, the Konica Minolta Japan headquarters really invest for the R&D for such kind of technology for especially hardware like copier machine or printers and even healthcare, diagnostic imaging solution and so on. But for the other like IT or IoT area, more customized support or solution to the customer in locally is required. So different regions should have a different kind of demand or needs. So that's why we spread out to the 5 regions and then try to find the real necessary local requirement.
Yeah,
and,
of course.
Try to find the best fit solution to there in each region.
And of course, the closer you are to the market, the more pinpoints you are able to find out, I suppose.
Yes, right.
All right, we'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll discuss a little bit more with Konica Minolta, boss of Malaysia. Thanks for staying on with us. I'm with Koji-san of Konica Minolta. He is the Managing Director of Konica Minolta Business Solutions, Malaysia. Koji-san, let's talk about 2019 and how we still print papers at the office, despite the fact that we are trying to reduce papers as much as we can. But it's undeniable papers will still be printed no matter what, right? And I tried my best, right, to not print. There are cases where we have to. And when it comes to realization that the usage of paper has reduced dramatically but never evaporated completely,
right.
You come in an area where how we use paper now is a little bit different, from copier to scanner.
Yes.
How has the landscape changed for businesses, particularly corporates that use photocopiers and scanners, and how does Konica Minolta engage this kind of change and adapt to it?
Okay, so of course our core business is printing, so we are very happy if customers make the more and more print, but realities are different, and the government also promote more digitalization or e-documentation, so it's a reality. So actually, but however, we see a lot of potential opportunity in the office customer segment because customers never give up to improve their productivity on their workflow, and also they always seek for improve or streamline their operation. That's why, as long as we have a lot of customer touch point, we have a chance to see the customer and offer some other solution. For example, nowadays customer also go for paperless and try make paper to e-documentation, and a lot of scanning is required. So we offer some multifunction product which has a very robust scanning function and high quality and high speed. And then not only just scanning, but also even software that we can easily customize to storage the document and indexing, for example, and then easily retrieve whatever customer storage in their hard disk or servers.
Okay.
So it is one of the solutions to streamline their operation and reduce their cost.
There's also this element of searchability, and right now, when we look at our emails, for instance, searchability is actually quite good, whether it's Outlook or Gmail or whatever, Yahoo. But when we scan, searchability is a big problem for businesses to actually solve. Is that part of the solution that Konica Minolta is trying to
that's right.
solve?
Right. And not only just scanning or offer the document workflow solution, but also security is now very key, important for all of the customer, no matter it is enterprise or SMB segment. So we offer a lot of security function together with multifunction products.
What do you mean by security?
Security is that, for example, we need to protect from a lot of cyber attack, or sometimes the file together with virus come to our environment, working environment. So our MFP together with some software, which is virus protect engine, and in the MFP side, it automatically detects the file with virus and delete, or even prevent to spread out those type of file with virus to the other PC or server or network. It is what we have now. So this kind of value-added solution will also help to the customer. So even though the paperless started or saturated, but we still have a lot of room to offer the better solutions in order to streamline the operation.
I mean, the way you describe your business so far is that Konica Minolta right now, in Malaysia at least, because it's a business solution company, it's more B2B, it's enterprise
Yes,
driven.
that's right.
What about your consumer business? I mean, Konica used to be a household name.
Yes.
How
Yeah.
do you solve that now?
Actually, long time ago, we withdrew from the camera business. After then, we really concentrate on B2B type of business. So actually, the focus for consumer is not our focus now, but we really stress on that, B2B business, especially for the office segment, and also in Malaysia, especially the manufacturing industry is key for us because the Malaysian government really promote IR, Industrial Revolution 4.0. So I think one of the focus area is the manufacturing industry. So how we can offer a better solution for something like automation or digital manufacturing type of things.
Okay, hang on. There's two things I want to ask you now. First of all, let's talk about the segments of the B2B companies that you are at. The way I would classify it, there's GLC, MNC, there's also mid-cap and small enterprises. And how important are these segments to you as a B2B?
Okay, so of course all segments are important.
Everybody says that, but yes.
However, traditionally, Konica Minolta has a strength in SMB, small medium market size, and no matter which country, we really focus those areas. And we provide the not only just printing solution, but also for such kind of ERP solution to fit those type of the customer segment.
Which makes sense because in any country, the SMB size is either 60% to 90%. So
Right.
you're talking about volume here.
Right.
So in Malaysia, it's no different.
Not different. And
Okay.
Globally, of course, we also focus the global account or enterprise account, but the priority is small, medium enterprise.
Okay.
Yeah.
The second thing I want to ask you is on manufacturing. You were talking about manufacturing being a key sector for you guys to look at. How so? Are these manufacturing companies, or are you trying to get involved in the manufacturing process as well?
Actually, Konica Minolta has two different entities in Malaysia. We are a sales and solution company, just focus on local Malaysian market. Another is Konica Minolta Business Technology. It's a manufacturing factory which actually produce the latest multifunction products. And it is not production only for local Malaysian market, but global distribution. And they also practice the more and more digital manufacturing, and they have a lot of example, good showcase to the market. So actually, digital marketing is digital manufacturing is one of the focus, and we really try to take up some new products like robotics, like AGV, automated guided vehicle. That
is that autonomous vehicle?
Right.
Okay.
So this helps factory or small factory manufacturer to eliminate their manpower or less human touch type of the operation is realized. So we also try to utilize those type of things in our factory side as well. We also offer those type of the new solution to our customers, manufacturer sites.
This is in Malaysia, the way you speak. It's
Yes,
as if these two entities. So manufacturing, Konica Minolta manufacturing in Malaysia will be a big thing because E&E is a big export of the country. In fact, that's the biggest export sector.
Right.
And do you think that this will be able to push or scale up Malaysia's competency from being just E&E, manufacturing lower end? We're now moving towards, I guess, a higher life cycle. We can present more R&D in terms of our E&E manufacturing. Do you think that will work because of this company?
Actually, these manufacturing companies at this moment just concentrate on the producing the multifunction products, not only the local market but also globally. And actually, there in Malacca we are located, and we create a lot of job opportunity there. And they also invest to the SIC, Smart Industrial Center, recently opened, and the Malaysian government also cooperate together because the government also promote IR 4.0, and SIC is a kind of one of the good example to raise up the Malaysian capability of the manufacturing. So our manufacturing site also contribute to those of the government, initiative.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll conclude our conversation with Konica Minolta in Malaysia. Thanks for staying on with us. I'm with Koji Yoshida from Konica Minolta. We just want to conclude the conversation of Japan Incorporated. When, the 80s and 90s, we saw Japan moving forward, but then, so-called the lost century, the lost decade, and Japan kind of slowed down. Those are population issue, long-term issues that we need to speak about for Japan. But very recently, Abenomics kicked in. There's a lot of corporations, Japanese corporations that are reinventing themselves, Konica Minolta included. And of course, when we look at smaller nations like Malaysia, we're just a dot in Southeast Asia. And with Chinese hegemony trying to, with the capital that they have, they can do a lot. But the appetite for Asian companies and Asian countries like Malaysia, seeking out some technology transfer from Japan, it seems to be working in Japan's favor. What do you think of Japan's continued influence in countries like Malaysia? Do you guys see a brighter future in this country?
I believe so. Malaysian government frequently meet the Japanese government as well, and the Japanese also companies and also government would like to have more and more cooperation with the Asian countries, ASEAN countries. Malaysia quite good relationships, so I believe that more and more. And nowadays, there are economic war between China and the U.S. happen. So both pros and cons happen, but there will be the opportunity that a lot of Japanese company who has a factory in China, maybe move to the ASEAN country for the producing a lot of electrical products and semiconductor related products as well. So I hope that the relation for both countries will be better and better further.
And of course, when we talk about capital investment, it's also important. We are looking for high-income nation to actually grant Malaysia cheaper loan, and true enough, the government of Malaysia has restructured their bonds. Now we're going for Samurai Bond 2. These kind of investment is, of course, government to government, but from a company level, do you think that companies like Konica Minolta would probably think about funding, startups in Malaysia, for instance, or funding Malaysian partners to see how technology transfer can be done, and perhaps see if you can source local talents? Is that part of the plan?
At this moment, I have no concrete plan yet.
Yeah.
So once we have such plan, actually, you are the first company to let us let you
Wait
know.
in front of your office.
Yes, but however, we also already have two different entities, and we actually try to hire more and more talented people in Malaysia, and that Malaysia is somehow the diversity country. So we really expect we can have the more and more collaboration and the synergy between Japan and the Malaysian country, and especially the English is really available in this country. It's a big advantage, and yeah, so we hope that not only government but also corporate side will also focus more in this country.
Final question is that on talent, specifically on high-skilled talent, particularly in the realm of Industry Revolution 4.0, in robotic process automation, RPA, in AI, artificial intelligence. Do you think that Malaysian talents are actually geared up for this kind of revolution, or are we still some ways off in terms of getting the competency?
Actually, now we really expect that those Malaysian people really show us the very high talent or capability. So it's globalized, and Konica Minolta also try to be the more diversity company. So no matter what country, anyway, talented people will be really how can I say? We really promote those people and encourage those people, no matter which country it is.
It doesn't matter as long as you have the talent.
Yes.
All right.
Right.
That will grow. Okay, that was my conversation with Koji Yoshida, the MD of Konica Minolta Business Solutions here in Malaysia. If you've missed any part of this interview, just head on to astro1.com, look for Notepad, and there you can watch these kind of interviews there. Also, you can watch these kind of interviews on your mobile devices. Just download the Astro Awani app, wherever you get the application. Until next time, thanks very much for watching, and goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you.